All right, you good.
Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
With GMS New Orleans, here to bring you a live camp. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught us the truth. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect, Yuakim Yuakwa, which is your brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. Okay. And just hopping in on this lesson is going to be based on the topic of trust in the process. Okay. And I got this quote that I'm started off with. And we can run from there. All right. Bob Shop, you get quote.
This is it says the saying weeds grow quicker than fruit is a metaphor that highlights the ease with which undesirable or unhelpful things can flourish compared to the effort and time required to cultivate valuable and rewarding things.
So again, to kind of dumb it down a bit, as we know that weeds can take over very quickly. All right, but it's something that again is something that's undesirable that you would ever want in your yard. Okay, so fruits, on the other hand, it takes a while for a fruit tree to flourish. All right, but once it flourishes, it's amazing, and all the beautiful things that could come about having fruits in your yard or so. Okay, but those bad habits, it's again what the analogy is going into. Those bad habits are easy to grow if you don't did it, if you don't cut it off right then and there. Okay, but continue on.
I jump into two. In a spiritual or character context, it says weeds. Weeds can symbolize negative aspects of character like selfish tendencies, distractions, or harmful habits that can easily take root and spread if left unchecked.
Gone. If you leave that unchecked, okay. So that could go back with dealing with the old man. All right. If you're still fighting that flesh and you don't do anything to tame that flesh, that old man is going to come back stronger than ever. All right. So in this battle that we're doing, again, I mentioned it before in a lesson I did. That's a battle that we have to fight every day with ourselves. Okay. So with that being said, if you know that you have to fight that battle every day, prepare yourself. All right, prepare yourself and make sure that you're fending that old man off so that spiritual man can grow. All right, because that fleshly man, that wicked man of our wrongdoings is not what's going to get us to the kingdom. All right, it's not going to give us our crown. Okay, kind of. Was that it?
I got the fruit aspect, or you want to get the
Get the fruit aspect.
All right. All right. Fruit of the spirit, the fruit of the spirit, like love, joy, and peace, requires intentional effort and connection with God to cultivate and grow within a person's life.
So all of that, it takes time, the work, the overtime that you got to do, in this business of the Lord. Okay, all of these things is not something that's going to happen overnight. All right. So again, you have to take your time and you have to sharpen everything, step by step, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep it basic, but keep it moving. But you can get your precept, brother.
There's a better point you made earlier. I can see. It's Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "Fortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience."
So again, that's a prime example of why you want to be obedient, all right, and disciplined, okay? Because ultimately, brothers like to mention as well, you can't be a disciple, a follower of Yahweh Shem Yahushua if you have no discipline. Okay, so discipline. I was actually running it last night with the brother Raya, and which is talking about the discipline, and also with Goliath too, with discipline of fasting and so on and so forth. Some of the things that's required, in this truth for us to do. Okay, and it's a huge emphasis on discipline and trying to build it. It's not something that's completely easy for somebody that's been wild all their life or so. Anything of that matter. But discipline is definitely a top trait of a man of the Lord.
Let me say this real quick, brother, because you mentioned the weeds. and the process in which it grows.
Mhm.
In Job 8, it says 8 and 11, it says, can a rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? So it's basically giving you describing how the grass, the things or the weeds, the grass need to grow. We like in Psalms, the Lord say the people are like grass. So we need the water, which ultimately spiritually we need this wisdom, all right, or the word of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, to actually grow us. So it's a growing process. That's why it says Apollo's planet, but the Lord give the increase. So we have to wait, just like the grass of the earth have to wait for the showers of the earth for the increase. We have to wait for this word to increase us too, which requires patience and endurance.
Yes.
But it says in 12, Job 8 and 12, while it is yet in its greenness and not cut down, it wither before any other herb. But the point was in 11. All right, can a rush grow up without mire? And can a flag grow without water? What was the point? You got it.
Yeah. You mentioned, another key.
Patience trees.
Yeah.
Trees.
We trees too. I got that. Come. We can run that. Run.
Yeah.
Real quick, this give me that Matthew 2 real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, and whose hope Yahweh is, for he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river.
And brother just brought it out. So what does that mean if a tree is planted by the water? It has a natural resource at its warmth. It's very quick.
Hold on real fast. Hold on. I'm about to send something to you.
Come.
Hold on.
Keep going.
Hold up, real fast. I'm gonna send it to.
Come.
I'm gonna just put it in the WhatsApp. I seen it earlier. I just didn't. There you go. What are you saying? I ain't gonna tell you.
Crazy. Yeah, it's picture. It say grass can be seen smiling under a microscope. Next time you take a walk, know that the grass is having seeds.
If I can add, the grass have life. When you look at it, they're moving, right? Through the wind. The wind is giving it life. The water, it's the same things that's giving us movement. And like this, come on, bro.
It grows, it's living.
Like you said, scientists put
Let's put it up there.
put it on a microscope. They see the water move, man, under certain megahertz sound. Water have life. It moves, man. Grass, the trees are alive. It's another one. Another thing I got. Hey, oh boy, what the old boy that played in the movie? The Memphis movie. Hustling Flow.
Oh, Terrence Howard.
Sharon Howard.
Yeah.
No, he kind of sharp, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He was it was I think he was on the Joe Rogan show. He brought out some information. It was like basically when you cut a tree, somewhere there was like when you cut a tree in a certain way, like just because you can't hear the tree screaming, it's howling, man. Same thing.
Dang.
Yeah. But these scientists, they know this, man. The earth itself, it moves. Anything that got movement to it, whether you can see it with your eyes or not, you move. Even when they said, I looked up some shit, I be looking up crazy. They said that a human being cannot stay still no more than 7 seconds. Even when they put a microscope under your fingers and shit, it's moving. Your skin, it's moving. Same thing with grass, with trees, animals, all this shit, man. It has a spirit. Hey, that's why. Give me what that is? It's 3 holy chip. No, it's in the apocrypha where it tell you all this yeah. No, it show you how all things on earth in the time it's gonna praise the Lord, man.
Yeah, do all the children.
Yeah, 3 holy children.
That's the whole chapter.
Yeah, but
The whole latter end of the part end of the chapter. That's the
you can
entire chapter.
get 40 to
You have to go to 69.
46.
Oh,
That's cool. You can get it right there.
yeah. She said 40 to 60.
Well, start at 36 and come out to 45. It's quick.
I got you. You so you
Because
research.
why is it everything praising the Lord? Why? Yeah, you create everything, man.
We the God of the living too.
And your favorite one, how the lightning goes out, gets its destination, and it tells the Lord, here I am.
Yeah, I know. And then when you look at it, when you look at the outline of man, when you look at man, I forgot the three type of X-rays. You got three different type of X-rays. One can see your organs, one can see your bones, another one can see your veins. If you look at the vein structure of a man, it looks like a tree. Like roots of a tree. Showing you we are trees, man.
I got that.
Yes, brother.
Real quick. That's Mark chapter 8, verse 24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking.
Yeah, and that's the same trees that was in the garden, man. It wasn't y'all people simple, man. Nigga talking to a snake,
Yes.
you know.
A woman not gonna talk to the snake.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Oh, okay.
A snake ain't even be talking. A snake ain't talking, right? He'd be flicking his tongue at you. He can't talk.
Change the
Those
whole
are
course of the earth.
That's good for you. The golden apple.
Real quick, like the other one I brought up, it said it basically tell you how it was a debate between the trees of whether they go to war or not, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, Judges 9, man.
Trees, Lord over us.
Yeah.
Be a king over us. It's talking about people.
Talking about people, man. Just to go, but go ahead, bring.
Just a quick one, real quick, just to back up the trees and the water. Backing up the joke.
Yeah, we got the mystery, man. We got the secret to the most. We know what's going on, man. We don't just look at everything for face value. Hey, we know when you look at them trees or you just look at water itself, everything has life. The most highest life, man.
He's the God of the living.
He God of the living, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 44. I'm going to read verse 1 and jump down to verse 3. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, speaking of Jacob, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Verse 3, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring, and they shall spring up as the grass.
As the what?
As the grass.
Grass and people.
As willows.
You know the other one about the water at the brook? It's another fire one, and I think it's Isaiah.
That one is a rocket talking about.
No, it's one in Isaiah. If I remember, it's one in Isaiah. I'm about to find it. It's a bad one, man.
It's a
But go ahead.
I think it's somebody surrounded.
Verse 4,
Oh, yeah.
and they shall spring up as the grass, as willows, which is a tree, by the water courses.
Great.
And like I said, we all been through that phase of school when you had the little cup, you had the soil, plant the seed. Then you watch as the process of a week time, what happened? That seed cracks open and starts to bring forth a stem. Then over time, what it peaks out of the thing. It's movement. It's life. You know. The Most High, man. The Most High cold, man. Most High cold, man. And I'm talking about in a good way. Like, how about you outside, bad boy? Now you look at we talk about it every now and then. You niggas want to make a debate about a gorilla versus man. You look at a gorilla. Look at the just the essence of a gorilla, man. Look how fucking powerful. And he just eat grass, man. He just eat grass, and he's 10 times stronger than man. Just the look and the physique of him. The gorilla, the shark, the lion. You even got sea turtles, man.
Yeah.
Seahorses. That's what I want to say. You got a fish that structure look like a horse by the face, and it's man, come on, with little wings and shit, man. But the fool said there is no God. You know,
I got one for you real quick.
the stingray, the hammerhead shark,
The giraffe.
yeah, the giraffe,
Ew.
ew.
Electricity and all.
We got mantis shrimp.
Like that.
Yeah, man.
Pistol.
I got a cookie.
Yeah, pistol shrimp. Yeah.
You came back on the most side. Bad. That's why, bro, I'm gonna say what. That's why when we read, we're able to read. Ezekiel the first chapter and understand how far the Most High is. This in the making of the angels and how they truly look. The cherubims and every man, we understand this.
Yes.
You know. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
This Acts 17 and 28, quick one. For in him, Yahweh, we live and move and have our being.
Mhm.
So through the Lord, we do all those things, man. We live through him, right? We move, which actually, actual movement was that living is that breath of life, right? And all that, we actually physically move too and have our being. So our mainstay, our substance is in the Lord. They tell you in Psalms that when the Lord created us, our substance was within how it go?
Yeah, I know. Appreciate
It's Psalms
139.
139. Yeah, he said that our substance was in the makeup of the Lord, man, or our genetics, which are our roots, man, right? Which goes ultimately down to how the Lord created our spirit, man. All right, to what? Mimic him and do the things that we was created in this image. Like, I don't know why, brothers like to break out, man. We was created in the eternity of the Heavenly Father. You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you got it. Then you got it, Bayan.
Wisdom is more moving than any
More
motion.
than every, yeah. We was created by wisdom. Yep. You got it.
It's Psalms 139, verse 15. 14. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My substance was not hid from thee when I was made in secret, and curiously wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Thy eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy books all my members were written, which is continuous for fashion, when as yet there was none of it.
Come on. David getting out. I want this in another version, but David basically saying everything about him prior to him being even created, that the Lord had already thought it out. It was already planned and put together perfectly. That's why I say when we was rough and fearfully and perfectly made. We are all made perfect, even though we may not look, we looking perfect to ourselves. The way the Lord created us, which is our spirit, is more important than the body, is perfect to the Lord. That's why our spirit is in the truth and not our body, our flesh.
And that's why how you think the Lord is able to make a claim about I know all the hairs, I can number all the hairs of your head. He created us. He sending every follicle on your head to bring forth hair. He knows everything about you, man. I created you.
Yeah.
So that's why the other one, I'm about to find it. It tells you within the 9 months how the Lord is able to form a child within the body, man, through a little spark. That's why you got fire and water, all of that fluid, and the Most High brings that. Hey man, you dealing with a power beyond a power, man.
But it starts with a seed, just like you said.
With a seed
Yeah,
and water.
the scientists will have the the ultrasound or whatever over the womb, and you'll see the seed come in, and as it reach about the middle, you see a flash of light,
Flash of light.
and then
That's
but they
what
can't. They still trying to explain that it's what it's not. What we're saying is the light from the Lord is a spirit,
Yes.
spirit to the body. You know.
That's why the Lord, we understand the mystery. That's why the scripture says the chamber of souls. You have within this spiritual realm and this realm, you have a revolving door, spirits coming and going. All right, and the Most High sending spirits back down. Most High, Yahweh Shai and Yahweh is bad men.
I got
Yeah, this Psalms 139:15 in the NLT. It says, "You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, as I was woven together in the dark of the womb."
Come on.
Like, who else can see that? You can see that. Esau can take an ultrasound and get the shape, but he can't actually see in the womb like that.
Yeah.
Most likely.
He got this new thing where they're able to modify somewhat of the DNA. Oh, you want a baby boy, you want a
Blue eyes.
blue eyes and all of this. You can do that, but they can't fuck with that spirit. They don't know where the spirit come from, man.
Right.
You know? I was the father of spirits. He saw he got that. Yeah, and the Most High ain't gonna give you that knowledge. You crazy. You crazy, man.
They speak about how they don't even know how the bones grew in the woman in yeast.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that simple. Like it's like how the bones form from a seed. How a caterpillar become a butterfly. We didn't watch that in middle school. How a cocoon. I don't know if y'all brothers get the
Yeah,
fight. They actually show it while we're in class.
Mhm.
To where something like that can become something so beautiful as a butterfly, man. Like we can't. Lord, it's far out there, man. You got it? What?
Yeah, but that's why the Most High so cool. He thought out everything. That's why you go to Corinthians. He tell you there's one blood and flesh of beasts, one blood and flesh of birds, and one blood and flesh of fish, man, and one blood and flesh of man. Which cuts evolution. What cuts evolution?
Yeah.
Ooh, fish can't turn into that's
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
How can you get a man get a fish pregnant when they two different flesh and blood makeup?
How we come cheap?
Dude, yeah, yeah, reproduce different. The flesh and different things heal different.
Yeah, it's not compatible.
Not compatible at all. That cuts you niggas, man. Yeah, we didn't cut you niggas on the block with that bullshit. You niggas still wondering if Tupac alive, but yet gonna jump to mermaids, man.
Really?
Niggas is crazy, man.
Reptilian.
Yeah. That bullshit. That scripture alone is a cut to that. How can you have reptilians, man? Oh no, watch this. Watch the eye. Watch the eye. See, look. Clearly the niggas did this shit. You know, nigga clearly fuck with the eyes of what his name, Donald Trump. Watch Donald Trump gonna go into reptilian mode.
That's just Photoshop. They got AI now, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Hey, remember you did the oil lesson? Esau king, he could make the foal, like you said, a foal's eye, but he can't put the oil in it to make it turn,
Yeah.
you know, that actual thing it needs
Yeah.
to make it an eye. He can't,
Yeah.
he can't,
Retina.
the retina, he can't mimic that. So, you know, Lord, out there, man.
Yeah, because even cause show you the oil in it, because even when you like we brought up the owl,
Mm-hmm.
you look at an owl at night, you flash a light at an owl, or people at night. You see that light that be actually that's the reflection of the oil that's behind your eyes. Right? That's how your what do you call it? Your pupil has the ability to open and close, dilate.
Yeah.
Different shit, man.
Yeah.
So what is it? It's like different type of oils? I'm asking because I just saw the cats have different color eyes. You know, get in the truck. I see green, different
On the
reds,
dogs, black.
and red.
Yep.
Yeah, that's out there.
And the most I get them, they have the ability to see better than us and different shit. But all in all, you have to give the master worker or the creator. You have to give the creator. You gotta give him his props, man. You gotta give how about his props, man. He the one he thought of this out way before time, man.
You know, if I get the whole lot of troubles done. And hey, these even that demon Charles Darwin, who talked about the theory of evolution, knows there's a higher power. This is a quote from him.
Yeah, because he was you brothers and did this work in the past. You know, research this guy. You read that dude was a demon, man. He was a Freemason. He was a Freemason. He was a demon. Him, Johannes Bloomblock. All right, them dudes was demons, man. Oliver Corwell. There's a lot of them out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta just like your enemy studying us. You have to study your enemy too, man. All right.
This is from Charles Darwin. To suppose that the eye, with all its imitable contrivances for adjusting the focus to different distances, for admitting different amounts of light, and for correction of spherical and chromatic aberration, could have been formed by natural selection, evolution, seems, I freely confess, absurd in the highest possible degree. He cut his own doctrine.
Yeah. And he accredited, for who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Natural selection. That's so
Old
so.
dope.
That's so.
They still teach it.
They
Hey,
still teaching.
yeah, it's still teaching. And then on top of that, like it's 2025 and 2020 between 2024 and 2025, these so-called scientists have just come out and said, hey, we looked up into the we looked deep off into the DNA and actually it's like the Lord put his signature on everybody. Yeah, that's what an artist does. When an artist finishes a finished product, when he finished a painting, a drawing, even the niggas in the music, they put what? They put what do they call it? Water. They call them watermarks in it. They put watermarks, or they took the little sound. What the dude's name is? Mustard on the beat.
Oh, yeah.
They put their little signature. That's a signature. That's a music signature. It's like if you signed with your John Hancock, man. So that's what the Lord did with us within the DNA. The Lord he's a producer. He's an artist. He's all of that, man.
First author of beauty.
Yeah, the first author of beauty, man. Color, the color. They got some other shit I looked up. Well, we use my phone, though. I can go there. And, the colorology. Oh man, they get down with that shit,
The
man.
Lord created color, man. How you gonna
Shit, that's the Lord, man. Yeah.
Brother, we just witnessed it from seeing it before brother guy had the rainbow. The rainbow in the sky, bro. It was two, it had a double rainbow in the sky.
And the spectrum, the where when water hits and you see at certain angles, the different spectrums to see different colors. Things we don't even see that exist, the Lord created.
Yeah, man.
I got
That's a good cussing you bozos out there. It's talking about there's like I said, the honk on that point, there's no power. We literally went off on grass, huh? We went from the whole Tanzania, you know. That's how the spirit is, though, man. Talking about grass, huh? Go ahead. Go ahead. Get this. Go on.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 43, in verse 11. Since you have mentioned the rainbow, it says, "Look upon the rainbow and praise him that made it. Very beautiful it is in the brightness thereof." Now I'm gonna jump down to
If I can say this, even in the colors of the rainbow, which we only see a few colors, we only see a few of everything in the kingdom. We'll get the full, the full understanding of seeing the whole spectrum of the whole heavens and everything that comes about it, man. But even with the people, the chroma of the people, we all brown and we all different shades, man. Like Jake don't even look at that. We brown. But if you stand us all right here, we all brown, brother. And it's like he a lighter brown, he brown, you that like brother. We all a different color, man.
same color.
But we not the same color brown.
That's
Go ahead. That's crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, but
That's the
thing,
chroma, which is color.
but this is the other thing too. Like I just said in the past, but naturally, everything has color on Earth.
Yup.
Naturally, everything has pigment. Right? Even when you look at a polar bear, oh, it look white. No, there's polar bear
dark brown.
dark brown under all those layers of fur, man. Only thing that don't have color is Esau.
That's it.
He's the only thing on Earth that doesn't have color, man. All right, and his genetically modified, like the alligator, the white alligator, and the albino, and that liger shit. All right, which he keep those things caged up because they can't survive in. The other animals in nature were naturally killing. Yeah, it can't reproduce.
Anything he created can't reproduce itself.
Yeah.
Yes. And the Lord created everything with a seed in it to replenish itself.
Everything.
He creates everything without a seed.
Yeah.
Fruits, vegetables.
Seedless water. Yeah.
Fruits is making people seeds.
Limit. No.
Because even in nature, and I know this from being an artist, man. When able to draw and paint, in nature, you deal with different spectrum of color, man. From the darkest color of and everything, nothing really black in nature too, man. Everything is just a darker shade of whatever. If you're looking at green or forest green, in order to make black, you gotta go down into the deeper, darker greens, man.
Right.
Nothing black. All the animals and shit have pigment. A tiger, that's pigment on a tiger, man. Same thing with they want to go to a zebra. A zebra has pigment. Like I say, we have pigment. We the only people that can go in the woods we'll camouflage ourselves. He go out there, this nigga gotta put military paint on his face to hide himself, man. And still can't do that. You know? Goddamn devil. Go ahead.
God. All right, this verse 24 they read. It says, they that sail on the sea tell of the danger thereof, and when we hear it with our ears, we marvel treat. It says, for then, like, for therein be strange and wondrous works, variety of all kinds of beasts and whales created. It says, I'm gonna jump down to 27. It says, we may speak much and yet come short. Wherefore, in some he is all. How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works. The Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he fall exceed.
30.
And when you exalt him, put forth your strength and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. But that was the point, just showing the magnitude of how marvelous the Lord is, man.
Yeah.
But I went to that because Yagana, you was going into like the different sea creatures, and we sitting here imagining, the different things we see on the like the phones and shit like that. How much more the men that sell out on sea and shit?
Oh yeah, because it's the truth to tell you that the Most High makes a new sea creature every day. Every day. They got accounts of certain fish look like got a man's face, man. Certain jellyfish have the ability to have something glowing inside their bodies, and then they're able to just disappear, like just go transparent, man. I done seen fishermen get the fish out of the water and then it just get liquefied, but it's still right there though, man.
Right.
Hey man, that's I'm gonna say this. That sea, you don't even want to get into the sea, like that's a whole other world within it. That's a world within the world, man. In that water down there. All right. Yeah, them scary shit for real. They got accounts, they got Esau have accounts. I be looking up weird shit sometimes. They got Esau got accounts of that whole thing called a megalodon. They got shit out there, man. And he know it.
You can't get down to that depth.
But that's another crazy point of that the lower you get, the more pressure that could make you explode. What's it called? When it make you go implode.
Yeah.
That's crazy as hell.
You seen what happened to them other assholes that went down there with the Nintendo 64 fucking joystick? Went down there in that goddamn Pepsi can.
Yeah.
And they got down there. They've been down there before and nothing happened. And all of a sudden, I think he has, the top level he had something to do with that. Cause they were investigating, they trying to investigate that whole Titanic situation. Which they showed that wasn't even the Titanic, man. That was the Olympic ship that they sunk down there, man. That's a whole other damn thing in itself too, right? But Esau went to snooping around and what happened? That bitch, the can just imploded in itself. Yeah.
They had a group of scientists in maybe Antarctica or something like that. They wanted to do an excursion to go down into the sea like a certain depth. And then when they got down there, they ran into some type of giant ass freaking like octopus or squid or something. And all it did was just literally hunt them. But they said it was so sophisticated in its hunting. And they're thinking they're more sophisticated than it. But I'm talking about like one guy said that the tentacle just reached out. He looked into his eyes and he got mesmerized. Like he couldn't move. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? He just froze up and the tentacle reached out and just popped his head off like it was nothing. And you know how they released the ink clouds and stuff? They did all of that kind of stuff to him. I think only 3 of them made it out to tell the story out of 8.
Yeah, man.
They got the one thing. Just backing up what the brother said, the Most High, he'll create things that, he said that the brother said the eye mesmerized him. You got that one fish with that light on his head. Yeah, all you see is the light, and it moves it around to hypnotize the fish, and then that's when those jaws get you.
I got a precept kind of backing up everything that we were saying.
You can imagine with the Lord's gonna terrorize this place with newly found creatures, man.
spark in their eyes and blasts of flame from their mouth.
Yeah, there's some shit gonna go down, man.
Yeah. Yes, bro. You do. Yeah.
I think it was the brothers in Highland. I saw them a couple of years ago doing camp saying the jungle can actually morph itself to get you lost in it. Like you'll be walking in it, and the trees and the leaves will just shift to get you lost.
Yeah, I've seen a video who had with the actual tree moving. Actually, the tree is like moving on the ground to another area, man.
Thank you, hallucinating. Then you being there hallucinating, like, man, the trees. Yes, bro.
They show you that like in movies too. Like they'll have people go into some kind of jungle or rainforest or something like that, and then they'll start walking right back to where they started at. Like all of a sudden, like they just can't get out where they.
I'm gonna say another place they got wild animals. When you go your ass up down there into those rainforests in Brazil, and you go your ass over there to Australia, man, they got all type of shit you ain't never seen before, man. Like they got some new birds around my house. What made me look them up? Some shit called brown thrasher. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That shit come from on the East Coast. They fighting in war with blue jays and shit. But I'm like, man, most sides got a variety of birds, fishes, all type of shit, man. And then, hey, the Lord likes variety, man. The Lord likes a bunch of things, man. The more, like, even when we go into the vegetables and shit, and what makes the plant green? Chlorophyll. Anything that's green is life, man. The Most High put all the nutrients in the tree. Just like you got purple vegetables is good for you, right? Like even the animal, like that's why whoever David say watch the animals, play closer to the animals and shit.
Yeah.
I think that was David. Yeah, you supposed to. Those are things you supposed to play close, man. What they eat, how they move, they the way they do things, man.
Different herbs and plants and vegetables, the Most High makes it almost in the shape of the organ that it heals.
That too.
Yeah.
All that's for the brain, carrots for the eye.
But you got niggas out here that think the white man created it. Fucking white man wasn't thinking nothing like that. Everybody be faggot that the white man created everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
He creates things that can't reproduce, and a sodomite can't reproduce.
Yeah, should be off, man. Right, running around here looking like Marilyn Manson and shit. Well, that was Joe. That was Joe. Fuck, that was Joe.
The Lord created us to live, and we have no control over our life, man. We eat, and we can't even say where the food goes. What happens, how it breaks down, how it comes out, how it strike out. We can't even. We just eat and swallow, man. We don't know what happens from that, man.
You got enzymes and acids.
Yes,
all this shit on there, man. You got good bacteria and bad bacteria all linked together. And they don't. Hey, man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, man. To be honest, you got a spirit within you that don't combust through your flesh. How is a body able to contain a spirit that don't combust through it, man? Show you how cold the Most High is, man.
It's the meat that the spirit brings to life. Man.
Hey, even your pineal, your peak. What how you say it?
Pineal gland.
It's in your head. Operating.
They say that's supposed to like secrete like melanin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why Esau's after so many organs.
Yeah, he wants the carbon and the melanin. He can't get it. Yeah. The Most High didn't give you that part, man. You are Edomite. Right? Be that. Huh?
Enemies of life.
Yeah, your enemies of life, man. Be what you are. You are Edomite.
Anti-life.
Your body is a world within it's a world. All the bacteria,
White blood cells.
We're all for days.
how the different organs.
they made some little cartoon a little while back, a long time ago actually, with Chris Rock, Osmosis Jones. He kind of made it like the little city.
It's like people living in.
Yeah.
They had a movie called Fantastic Voyage, where these Edomites shrunk down into a little ship and went in a man's body, and they were like the white blood cells were attacking them and shit. It was like they were in a whole different world. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. I tell you, Esau knows something, man.
That on like
What he does, he brings forth food that attacks and kills you, man. Right?
yeah, they strengthen
A high fructose corn syrup, red 40, blue 40, yellow 6, different oil, fucking oil that yeah, aspartame.
Monosaccharide.
You know,
with the egg.
that actually destroys the. This nigga is not about life, man. He's about death, destruction, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, he is as dead, man.
You got that Joe?
Bring that out. This we put the other mentioned earlier, Job chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Yeah, you learn just by watching the animals, like the brother was going into earlier. Okay, you see animals not drinking the water. Okay, I ain't gonna mess with that.
Right.
Yeah, animals know when danger comes.
Yeah, it's like when you real quick, even when you're in the woods, just say you're in the woods, and I've been in the woods where, one particular time you had horses around, and you can see the horses there in the stable, you just in the woods, but I'm seeing one horse looking with that one ear doing this.
Yeah.
And like something is coming from that way. Or you watch the birds be at the top of the tree so they can see and hear everything. Then you see them all great dispersed. Something's coming from that way, man. You gotta learn. Hey, man, we used to be, the Gadites, the Israelites. We used to be connected with nature, man. This is our element. This is our natural element. If you really wanna go there, It was our natural nature to walk around barefooted, to be grounded and connected with the earth, man.
What's the next verse?
Go ahead.
It says, verse 8, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. So it mentioned the beasts, the fowls of the air, the earth itself, and then the fishes of the sea. It says, who knoweth not in all these that the hand of Yahweh have wrought this?
Yeah. We always connected with one. We used to use the wood for what they needed to, not just to cut them down, not just to destroy a bunch of trees, man. We used to get the bark, the sap, the resin from the trees, man. All right. We used to get what we need for fire, and that was it, man. He comes through with bulldozers, excavators. Yeah.
You put concrete down.
Yeah, he put this shit down. He put concrete down to where you hurt your knees and your back and your joints and shit, man. We're going back to the old way. The old way. The old way we won. We thrived. That too.
It says the fir trees rejoice when the fella is cut down.
Yeah.
Which the fella represent the one who cut the trees down. Like you said, the trees is for the wood. We buy with wood. Right? Like the elder said in one hold up. And the elder said there was remember you said he put it all nice and good in Home Depot, the wood, and sell it to you, carve it up, have it all.
Price tag.
With a price tag on it.
Tree and this shit.
It's limitation, And because man, we supposed to be in one with all the trees. We are conductors. We have electricity in our body. We supposed to be connected with the earth, man, with the trees and everything. We shouldn't have to go out here and look at this fucking water black as hell, man. You don't know, like we said, we don't know if alligators sitting right here watching it, man.
We don't know what's going on.
What this nigga do, man? This nigga take the arches out of the earth. I mean, out of the water, man. What that does? These are used to cleanse and clean the water, so the water can be blue. This nigga takes it out to make profit. Eat that. Man, I hate fucking oysters, man.
I hate
It's slippery.
It's slimy.
That shit make me throw up, man.
Charles all that shit and everything. Make it real nasty.
Look at eating crawfish and shit.
Even
Well,
Yeah, it's funny you say that. That shit tastes like snot, man. Hold on, boy, no, it smells like it's not. It's got some whole other shit. It got some whole other shit to it, man. It's nothing you supposed to eat. No, but like here where we stay, it's a delicacy for this shit. Crab, oysters, whatever. Shrimp, crawfish,
Lobster.
a lobster. That's another one. Scallop. Yeah, scallop and goddamn salty ass. That's that fish. That's catfish. Naturally salty, man. And the Lord made all like what they use. The scripture they use in the New Testament to try to say everything for Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Thanksgiving, yeah.
the Most High made all these animals for their purpose. It's not, and their purpose. A lot of them are not to be eaten, man. No, but go ahead.
Yeah, that it kind of I ain't wanted to slip my mind, but when he was talking about the animals, I showed the brother that, and then this man he pollutes everything that brings forth life. We look at the air, the water. These are all, even the food. These are the things that produces life. So his job is to contaminate and pollute it. And guess what he do? You've been a perfect devil too, by the way. We're gonna give you a round of applause. We're gonna get you in the kingdom too. That's neither here nor there. But the birds give us a sign of things coming. They fly south when it's winter, right? They start going together when trouble is coming, or when the Lord is showing. So the animals are letting us know something's about to happen. Like
Dead bodies, they
they circle around dead bodies. Yup. Even in the zoo, but they get the animals and what? Put them in the zoo, put them on display, right? Chastise them, the birds crying, right? Tranquilize, medicine, drugs.
They give apes.
The apes, they keep them drunk. So you go to the zoo, they just show that what they're actually doing to the animals. They're cruel to the beast, man.
Hey, I've been to the zoo in Houston with that shit one time. I am about that slobbing, laying out meat.
Yeah, that's depressing, bro.
I seen one fucking it was something I can't remember what it was. That motherfucker was giving me SOS signs by the eyes, man.
They blanket, like get me out of here.
You know?
I went to the aquarium 2 years ago. Man, all the penguins just trying to get to the dope. They running against the dope.
Hey, go on Decatur Street down here and look at them horses that's walking around on that concrete and mules and shit. They catching hell. Yeah, they catching hell, man.
Yeah, with fairy suits and unicorn suits on them and shit like that.
They got L and the rest of the word animals.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why
Like how?
that's why they always attacking you fucking. Y'all just seen the latest viral situation with the deer attacked a white woman? Beat the shit out of her, man.
The dance.
The kangaroo. They be fighting.
No, I'm talking deer.
They was getting busy.
You were beating up Peter.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just do,
They will fight.
Them animals see he's something he is, man.
That's crazy. He was swinging, brother.
But them animals see Esau for what they is, man. He see you as the devil. You huh?
Some animals big and tough.
I don't know about
Birds, They talking about like.
Talking about parrot.
Oh yeah.
He said that all of them, but
Yeah.
You got your script.
This was just information I wanted to bring out when you was bringing up the trees. This is kind of going into male and female trees. It says in many dioecious tree species, meaning they are separate male and female trees. The male trees produce pollen, and the female trees receive it to make seeds or fruit.
Yeah, and they also, man. Hey. Yeah.
It's like you, bro. Fuck out.
Yeah, but that's heavy in itself, man. Cause you just look at a tree, man, which birds did that work. They are like even they're male and female pine trees. Trees have quote unquote sex. Not sex in the sense of, but they have genders.
The wind takes the seeds and the pollen and blows them to where they go and fertilize.
Yeah, man. And then, like I said, you have all type of other stuff come from the tree. Even the oxygen. We need the trees, man. This nigga cuts the trees out for no reason. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. It says note number 1. It says no pollen absorption. It says female trees trap and use pollen for reproduction. If they are gone, there's no natural filter, so more pollen stays airborne, worsening allergies. And that's what Esau do. He go and cut down all the female trees, and everybody suffers from allergies.
Guess what? Guess what? The allergies are. Guess what? Allergies are the worst. At it'll worsen the salt, man.
Mm-hmm.
Most of what Jake at, it's like that because these niggas cutting all the trees. They're making highways. They're making new subdivisions in places that it ain't supposed to be at, man. And that's why all this fucking they all got ragweed. They got pollen. It's another one. None of them is real bad on the allergy list. I know it's ragweed, pollen. There's a couple of them, but that's why that shit is flying every goddamn way.
Right.
That's why in the south, in most of these houses that's in the south, because he tear down the trees and it's all this marsh, you got fucking mold everywhere, man. You really gotta burn all this shit up. There's mold in all this shit, man. You go to some of these apartments and look at the restaurant. You next time you go to the restaurant, look at the bench. It's black. Oh yeah. There's all type of mold and shit. But this is the maker, the author of this kingdom. This how he wanted, man. Think the nigga ain't thought of that?
Yeah, he deliberately thought of it.
Yeah. They have everybody sick, man.
It's always form of money, man.
That too. That too. Nigga constantly killing bees, man.
I don't even really look and see them.
Hey man, hey brother, when we were coming up, I know you remember this too. You know, you brothers, man, when I was coming up, our grandmothers and grandfathers used to wrap the tree outside the door with aluminum foil. They used to have caterpillars, they used to have fucking Judy bugs. What else they used to have? Butterfly. You don't see butterfly no more. You don't see none of that shit no more.
Dragonflies.
Yeah, exactly. Light bugs. You don't even see ants no more. You used to have ant piles all over the place. You don't even see that. Yeah. This nigga just kills everything, man. You know?
After Katrina, then it had a whole new set of insects. I be saying shit I ain't never seen before.
That too.
Crawling around. After Katrina, it just changed. All the insects.
Yeah.
You don't see snails. You don't ever see
You
snails.
don't see slugs no more neither.
I'm gonna see slugs. Yeah, I'm so priceless. Snail.
Yeah.
You barely see caterpillars. This would be a caterpillar season here for years here. Like,
What about cocoons?
now you,
I never see
He
cocoons.
done look at other things that make that noise.
Cicada.
Cicada. You don't even hear that. You don't even.
I used to see them on the ground.
Yeah, you don't even see that shit no more.
The shells and shit.
Where everything going at?
You go through the woods, you find wild
Yeah. I don't see nothing no more. This nigga just changed. He changed the whole. What do you call it? The ecosystem. Changed the whole ecosystem and shit, man.
shows the equilibrium.
Yeah.
we don't see dogs no more either. That much. As a kid, we saw dogs. We ran from dogs all the time. As a kid, we don't see dogs no more. We ran up dogs all the time when we was younger, bro.
Now everybody got cats, man.
Yeah, it's cats now. Like,
Cats
yeah.
Between E and Moab, they getting rid of all the dogs, man.
Eating the dogs.
They eating the cats.
Yeah. Love them people.
This is last point. It says point number 3. It says disruptions of ecosystems. It says female trees often bear fruit and seeds, which feeds birds and animals. Removing them affects entire food chain.
Yeah. Removing them disrupt the entire food chain. We, you know, I remember going to what science class. I told you stuff. They tell us about the survival of the fittest.
Science.
Science class. This animal dropped this on the ground and this one.
Food chain.
He throws all that off, man. You know, this nigga will literally attack one particular species just like just to make tough. Like they out there killing those rhinos and elephants and shit. For nothing, man. For sport. Huh?
They grind down their tusks for ED power.
That too.
Erectile dysfunction. Oh man.
Then they, you know, you can look this up. Just like I think last year they found they found cocaine in the shrimp, man. In the UK. In the
And
shrimp.
shrimp.
Yeah, in the shrimp. In the UK. Go look it up.
They eat that shit, they jump on the bread.
Antidepressants and
Yeah.
cocaine too in the same over.
And he put it in the water. He put depressants in the water and shit, man.
Oh, they had something that came out with, like an article that had it said like the sharks had cocaine.
You saying UK?
Sharks or something.
UK.
You know what I'm talking about, bro?
Cocaine in the shrimp. Hey, this nigga, man, jacking people up, man. If you don't think he saw the so-called white man, there was something wrong with you, man. Yeah, this brother reading it. Where you reading it off? So we can reference it, you know? What website or whatever. Okay. Yeah, this nigga, hey man, he saw knows all this shit. He knows how to disrupt it too. Go ahead.
This from the NPR podcast and live radio. It says traces of cocaine, pesticides detected in UK shrimp. It says male 19, but it says small.
Yeah, I read one more recent. It was like 2024.
Okay, I rebound back and look. Yeah, it says small amounts of cocaine, pesticides, and other contaminants have been detected in the UK freshwater shrimp.
What you think they doing here? Because I know a brother, I know a guy, I know a particular brother, like when that BP oil still happened, his uncle was still eating shrimp.
Yeah, out the early water.
Out the early ass water, and the shrimp was great. His uncle ate the shrimp, and that shit burned a hole in his leg of his intestine. He had to rush him to the hospital, man. And niggas still eating that shit. Niggas still eating the seafood from down here, man. You crazy? All the time I eat shit from Alaska. Cod and salmon. What the fucking oil? What oil go at in the water? It goes to the bottom. After a while, it sits on top, and then it goes to the bottom. And the fish and all that other shit eat and feed off that. It's in the food.
Just eat. That was strategically done too. Bro.
Oh, that was done purposely.
That was done purposely. No, that ain't just happened.
You look at the 06, you look at the 1996 Illuminati card, they already had the BP oil spill on that.
Yeah.
And that same picture of that muddy bird is the same picture they used for the spill down here. When he put the Dove soap commercial, it's the same exact picture. Showing this devil, he predicts what he's gonna do before he do it. All right, he's the master of destruction, man. This nigga just kills everything. He destroys everything. Yeah, Duke Nukem. That's him. That's the only thing he is. He's Duke Nukem. What is Judge Dredd? He's many of these characters, man.
And what did Dredd say in the movie? He said, "I am the law."
Yeah, I am the law. And you gotta get around a nigga that think like that, man. That nigga is dangerous. He think he the law. He think he the most high.
Yeah, all you see is the mouth.
He had booty chin. And them gloves, the glove tightening up, man. This nigga want to go off, man. That's the so-called white man for you, man. All right,
Hey, that's a direct. So like,
no, you good.
yeah, that's a direct insult to Yahushua because he say that he's the what? The law shall not depart from the scepter shall not depart from Jew. He the lawgiver. So you basically saying, well, look,
I tell you remember.
I took that from him. I got the crown, man. That's why and that's why in the kingdom of heaven, the men that get the power, the law gonna be instilled within them, and they gonna exercise the law on top of your damn head, man. You're gonna crack you in your head all day with that rod of iron. That's the law. All right, since you won't be the law, the men of the law are gonna be the law on top of your ass. And the law gonna put it in you to forever break the law too. They gonna be breaking the law in the kingdom, man. All right, because they broke the everlasting covenants here, right? It's only what gonna come back around that same judgment. What you gonna say something?
Now, I was gonna add to what you were saying. When you read up on like the Vatican and stuff like that, the Pope is the acting superpower until the return of the Lord.
Yeah.
So he says he forgives you of your sins. Basically going through what Esau ultimately wanted control, man.
That's God.
Intermediary between God and man.
He died with $100.
Yeah, exactly.
That with $100 in his bank
He
account.
he turns a blind eye to all these PDF files within the Roman Catholic Church. Right? He turns a blind eye. He turns a blind eye to all the other shit that be going on, man. All right? Where's they, there's countless number of information out there on them, man. All right? Because what is I think even with the Vatican, it says a serpent-like priest, a serpent-like prophet. Yeah. Serpent prophet. The serpent prophet, and that's them. Nigga, shit that make people kiss the rain. I used to be into that shit back in the day. What the shoes, the red shoes mean, the ring, the hat, the Dagon hat, This nigga, but before the other guy got out of here, what his name is? Pope, Francis. Before he got out of here, that nigga was wilding out, man. That nigga was showing you Bachman shit. And before,
Inside the
I've seen that before. Yeah, that's the serpent and shit. Yeah. Snake. Yeah. I know. I used to be into all that shit, brother, back in the day, man. I knew about all.
It's like it's too bright on it.
Yeah. Even what it is?
Yeah.
Something I wanted to say, but
That's good.
oh, that nigga walked through a portal, man. You ain't see that shit? Right before he died, like right before he died, that nigga opened. Hey man, find that video of him walking through. It's him walking through the cause anything with an arch, some arches and shit. That nigga opened up a portal, man. And that's when some other shit happened like the next day. But that nigga, that before he died, they were wilding out with all this symbolism and different things he was doing. Then they took the ghost. That dude been dead though, man. If he did, they just probably moved him out the way.
It's supposed to call you walk through the holy doors.
Yeah, that's a portal. It was an arch. You got another shit called start with a P. See, brothers used to be into all that shit, man. I got it on that phone though, man.
It's the west with the door. Yeah, kind of. Holy doors. Yeah.
Like that's a port. That's like another part of the ley lines I told you brothers about. Like you look at that shit that's over there in St. Louis, the arch. That's a portal, man.
I think they said something too, like it's above. This is what they say above Lucifer's tomb or something.
And they open a portal, man.
Yeah, Lucifer's portal.
And the other nigga, he gotta go. Somebody, he somebody took it down, but they zoomed in on the two niggas to open the door. And the nigga was like, "Oh, this shit." That's the one you gonna watch him roll up in the wheelchair and shit, man. But that's Edo, man. See, we know what's going on with the devil. That's why the Lord bless our eyes and bless us to have an understanding of knowing what's going on.
Got that screenshot. You talked about the serpent. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna say a little something. It says, it's going into one of the Greek gods. His name was Asclepius, which is the Greek god for healing and medicine. It says the figure is significant both historically and symbolically, especially in the connection with the serpent imagery. And then to jump down, it's a symbol, the rod of Asclepius, a staff with a single serpent coiled around.
Yeah, that's where you get the medical symbol for it, man. All centered around witchcraft, all right? They're all centered around what they call it,
Black.
Yeah. No. Drugs. Pharmakia. All right. That's why when you look at the old logos for Walgreens, you used to have the bowl that witchcraft, man.
Right. Literally mean.
Caduceus. The caduceus. That's what that is. The caduceus with the two snakes wrapped around and coming over the rod like that. That's what that's going into, man.
And I'm gonna read a little bit more on the film. It says, and it says it became the primary symbol for Asclepius. It says the symbol is still used today in medicine and healthcare, though it is often confused with the caduceus, which has two snakes and wings and belongs to Hermes, not Asclepius. And just backing up what they were doing in the Greek and the Roman Empire, was they used to have these houses that basically had like
domes underneath where people would go in where they were sick. And they basically would put them in a room just full of nothing but snakes. And if the person, they'll put them on a bed. If the person got bit, then that person would obviously die. But if they woke up the next day and didn't get bit, then they believe that the God, Asclepius, healed them and that they were going to be fine.
Yeah, and what that goes back to? That goes to the firebrand serpent that was in the scripture. All right, which the wicked they got bit by the actual snake, but basically the elect of that time got bit by who? Ultimately by your house shot, man, and then died. We bit now. We bit now by your house shot, man, and we live. All right, all that shit that comes, all this number passed down. What do you call it? Mythologies and shit. Passed down. God just changed the names and shit. You hear something?
Yeah, I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil." Woe, Isaiah 5:20 says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness."
And that's what this kingdom do. And the people that run this kingdom, it puts darkness for light. They say that darkness of witchcraft and wickedness is righteous. And it's right.
So it's science.
Yeah, they call it science. Right? They call it black culture. All of this is debt. Ain't nothing right about it, man. But when we shine this light, they call it evil. All right, because the only one that would do that is the people that's not right, man. Go ahead.
So just a little bit more. It says,
Niggas
"That
demons,
put
bro.
darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter
Demons.
and sweet for bitter." Go for it. Just backing up the point that we just been bringing out, that this devil is just clean contrary to everything that the Lord has ordained to be right. They do the complete opposite, and that's the agenda that's being put day in and day out in this kingdom.
Y'all got something.
It's an hour.
It's Genesis 3:1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh had made." And that serpent goes back to Esau, Edom. All right, read this account. "And he said unto the woman, Yea, had God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden?" So this devil, that old serpent, the devil that Paul spoke about in Corinthians, man. It's coming back to this. Who he was through his subtlety. All right, he got you. He's trying to get us over to evil, man. Turn everything over to evil. That's his job, right? So he told the woman, which is the weaker vessel, "What hey, did the Lord say not to do this?" So this devil been on this evil kick, man. He was created. His soul that's is not upright in him, man. He was made crooked, right? And his subtlety, his deceit, and his guile, all right, leads you to what? Evil doings, man. So at the end of the day, this devil, he done been, listen, you can't use that no more, right? You what it says in Numbers 19 and 19, that there's no enchantment against Jacob. Yeah, you can't be subtile to us no more. All right. That dragon, look, you wide open now. So the Lord about to judge you, man. Now we're bringing out the deceit on you. So what have turned? The tides have changed and turned around. Now we able to what? Bring out your life.
Yeah, you gotta guess.
So at this point, it's time for the Lord to just cast them down, man. All right. Well, as it said in Isaiah 14, got it?
Oh, I got this.
Come on, go ahead,
This is
Get out.
Revelation 12,
Beautiful.
verse 9. It
There's
says,
like two more. We're gonna get out of here. That light about to go out.
it says, "And that great dragon,
There you go.
which is the Roman Empire,
Yes.
the so-called white man's kingdom," it says, "and that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent."
That old serpent.
All right, but back in Genesis 3,
Again.
same double. It says, "That great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world." Which he did.
Yeah, that's him in the beginning and the end. Right? Genesis, the brother just read Revelation. And I spoke about him in Corinthians.
Yeah.
This is the same man. Go ahead.
Genesis to
In
Revelation.
the Romans, dang,
Yeah,
it's out.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
go ahead. You got it.
It says he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Yeah, that's about to happen again.
Ministers of Satan. That's it.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Oh no, that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man. We're gonna get out of here, brother. Kind.
So we pray that this live camp was edifying. Trying to get out of here. We're gonna give infinite honors and prayers too.
Yeah.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught us the truth. Peace, salutation to the hopefully elect. You are brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. And I shalom. Baba Baba.